I'm Amanda Fortner with Planet Sport TV, and we're here with Madeline Mims. Madeline, we want to know a little bit about how you got started in the Olympics. You mentioned that being in the Olympics hasn't always been a dream of yours. So how did you become a part of Team USA?
Actually, I was discovered when I was in high school. I was so shy that I would have never gone out for any type of sports myself, but I was discovered as an athlete through the Presidential Physical Fitness Plan. And I actually broke some standards for girls in high school. And that's when they said, you know, you need to go out for some sports. So they put me in basketball, volleyball, and track, and I just kind of excelled in track within a year.
Winning 2 Olympic medals obviously is a great accomplishment. So how has that opened doors?
A lot of work is what it is.
So how has that opened doors for you, or what kind of opportunities have you had because of that?
Well, winning a medal always gives you a platform to speak because people want to find out how you became a champion, and what caused this whole thing. What's the situation that caused you to come to a point where you could be a full champion? So I did a lot of speaking. I sing, so I used that along with my speaking, which ended up becoming quite a bit of a process for me to reach out to people. And people want to know what you have to say if you have something to say.
You mentioned that you have been able to work with a lot of girls who are currently participating in Olympics. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes, mentoring. I'm at an age now that a lot of the young athletes that are potential Olympians or are Olympians are wanting to be able to succeed at the level I did. And so I can give them, aside from the aspect of being an Olympian, aside from the aspect of being a coach, aside from the aspect of being a mother, aside of being a minister, to counsel them and keep things balanced.
If you could pick one thing, what would be the greatest benefit for you as a result of being an Olympic champion?
Sharing the gospel. Because people, if you have never accomplished anything that people look at as successful or being a champion, they don't want to hear what you have to say. I mean, opportunities do come our way for us to just be talking to people and get into a conversation like that. But to hit thousands of people, through media, through speaking engagements, through being a motivational speaker, just a plush amount of opportunities coming your way because of being an Olympic champion. So the greatest benefit was God opened that door for me to use this to glorify Him.
You work frequently with athletes in the present Olympics. What do you find different about this generation of athletes?
Interesting that you asked that question, because one of the things that I found out as I was coming along, as I was mentoring Olympic hopefuls and everything, there are a lot of Olympians out there who love the Lord. And for some reason this year, I've seen more express openly their love of their Lord nationally, internationally, than I have ever seen in my life. And not only in just track and field, but in all different sports where I had never seen anyone, in these different sports expressing a desire to have Bible study. They wanted to have chapel. They wanted to have some people that they could pray with. They wanted to fellowship. And out when they're in their venue, they're expressing their love for the Lord. When they're being interviewed, sometimes they'll just give a symbol. They'll make an expression to the Lord. I was like, wow.
What is the most exciting thing for you in the London 2012 games?
Just being here for the athletes is my heart's desire. To be able to serve these young people where they are. And empathize with them, knowing what they're going through. You know, like it's fun. It's a lot of fun, excitement in the village. A lot of things are going on until it's time for you to compete. Then you feel like you're going to your own funeral, because you know, it's not that you don't want to. This is what you've worked for and everything, but it is a situation where you find yourself, all that I have ever done to make this happen is now upon me. So it's good to be here and be able to understand exactly what they're feeling. You know, in fact, I wish that somebody had been there for me.
So finally, what advice do you have for any upcoming athletes?
It takes a lot of hard work, and you have to persevere. There are some athletes here that it took 12 years to get here. And see, when we as a public watch them produce, we're watching the artistry of what they've poured in, the price that they had to pay for years. And we don't, you know, we just think, oh, wow, they did good, or they did bad, or, you know, we have our opinions, but we don't know the price that they have paid. I spoke just recently on Dream On, God's in Charge. And I encourage them to understand you're right where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be here. You're doing exactly what you were born to do, and it took you this long to get here. So this is a time where you pay your vow unto the Lord before all His people. And you know, I'm just so happy that I can love on them and encourage them and remind them that they were created for this. Sometimes you forget about that in all the hard work you're doing and everything. All of a sudden you forget the purpose for which you were born and created.
Well, thank you so much, Madeline. It's been really great talking.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me.